All right. Hey, welcome everybody. We are live at the Rochester Curling Club in our 50th anniversary for the 72nd Francis Dykes Bonspiel. My name is Joe Calabrese. I'm joined by Brian Anderson, the technical advisor for CurlStream.
Hi.
Welcome again. We are featuring a game on Sheet D tonight in the A event between Rochester and Team Scott versus Pittsburgh and Team Marchitelli. Okay, well, they're preparing the ice. They're going to be paddling shortly, and they'll be ready to go. I'm joined here by Caitlin Miraldo, our coach, Team Calabrese's coach. Playdown curler, veteran of the Rochester Curling Club. She's going to be putting her mic on just a second. We'll ask her some questions while we're waiting. At any rate, we have a great matchup tonight again. Team Scott versus Team Marchitelli. This is the first Dykes Bonspiel for both skips. Jason Scott, who's a skip for Team Scott, he's in his fifth year. His vice, Scott Parmalee, is also in his fifth year. Their second, Eric, it's his second full year of curling, and his lead, Ron Turk, has been curling for about 3.5 years. Team Marchitelli is from Pittsburgh, and Steve, the skip, Steve Marchitelli, he's in his fifth year, and so is his vice, Dan Bliss. His second is Mark Evans, and he's in his fifth year. And his lead is Derek Satterfield. He's in his fourth year. This is their first Dykes as well. Although my understanding is Steve and Dan played in the 2008 Schenectady men's 10 and under, so they are familiar with the Bonspiel format. Joined by Caitlin Miraldo. Caitlin recently traveled to Japan for the Kurosawa Bonspiel. Caitlin, tell us a little bit about that.
It was a great experience. I mean, representing the U.S. in an international tournament, and nothing can get better than that. Yeah. And Japanese Curling Association puts on a great event and makes you feel so welcome, and great ice, great curling. It was just a great experience all around. And
you came home with a medal. Did you bring it with you today?
No, did not bring the medal today.
Oh, we'll have to check that out next time. So what about the food?
The food was interesting.
I saw an interesting video on Facebook about the food.
Little moving parts, little moving fish on a dish. And actually, it was quite tasty. It wasn't bad. It was
really?
pretty good. Yeah.
What did it taste like?
Just noodles. Really, yeah.
Noodles that moved.
No, they were just teeny little moving fish on noodles, and it just tasted like noodles.
Did that food affect your skip for the first two games?
She claims it was something she ate on the plane, but we're kind of questioning that.
Let's see.
So did you skip?
No, I didn't skip actually. Our fourth player that we brought, Alex Carlson, is skipped last year in World Juniors, so we threw her in at skip, kept me at third, and Jess throwing lead in second and sweeping her little arms off.
Now, Brian and I watched some of the webcast.
Yeah, I heard you're
of that event.
Quite the webcast snob now, aren't you?
Absolutely. Not impressed. Not impressed with the webcast.
What was the deal?
I don't know. Just didn't do it for us. Yeah. First of all, it was on way too late at night.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that, though.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I heard it was a lot of motion, a lot of moving.
Yeah. Just I don't know.
Not a good angle.
The angles are kind of strange. It was hard to see. At any rate, we're going to improve on that tonight, and it's great that you're here.
You guys have quite the setup here.
Yeah, let's explain a little bit about it. Brian will go through some of the features we've got. Now we've got picture-in-picture, and as rocks approach the back of the house, we can switch cameras to a overhead shot. And Brian's going to show you that now. And we'll be able to show you the rocks remaining on for both teams. as we cycle through players on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to be able to see pictures of each individual player and hopefully their shooting percentages as we move on. We're a little short manned at this point. Mike Mengel hasn't arrived yet, and once he does, hopefully he'll be able to help us out with that. But Brian's going to work on it for now. Hopefully it'll work out. You have the ability to interact with us in a number of different ways. You can go to the Team Calabrese Facebook page. You can email us at teamcalabrese@gmail.com. Or you can chat directly on the Justin TV page that you're seeing this broadcast on. So you can chat with each other. You can chat with us. You can ask us questions. If you have a question for Caitlin while she's here, I'm sure she's not going to be here the whole broadcast, but while she's here, if you have questions for her, she's about to be leaving for nationals. So.
Who's that?
Caitlin, when are you actually leaving for nationals? You're going to Fargo, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday?
Yeah, Friday at noon.
Very good. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But it looks like we're getting ready to go. I'm not sure who's what color just yet, but looks like they'll be leading off shortly. Looks like, let's see. We'll see what happens in a second. See who's got hammer.
So how did you guys pick which games you're going to do? Did you do a local team, or did you just do random?
Well, first of all, we got Ron Turk leading off for Blue, and that's Team Scott. We solicited input from teams as to who we thought the best teams were going to be. We also took into consideration who responded to us with pictures and stories to give us a little bit more to talk about on the broadcast. We wanted to find some real competitive games. Both these teams have real experienced curlers on their team, so we're hoping this will be a real competitive game.
Yeah. Now, where's this other team from?
This team's Marchitelli's from Pittsburgh.
Marchitelli.
Marchitelli's from Pittsburgh. One of the other things that we have.
Who would this be sponsored by, Joe?
Okay, well, this end is sponsored by. Well, you know, it's movie award season, Brian. You know that, right? And
yes. You
can tell because the quality movies are coming to the big screen. The sponsor of our first end is the major motion picture What Would Caitlin Do? It's a story of a curling team framed for a crime they didn't commit, on the run from the law. They act as soldiers of fortune using the guided teachings of their coach to solve problems. In theaters this Friday, it's What Would Caitlin Do?
You guys are nuts.
Yes, we are.
And Ron just made a nice shot there.
Yes. Ron made a nice center guard. It's probably it wouldn't surprise me if Jason was trying to put Rock in the house with his first. He had told me before the game that they were going to try to play defensively early, use their opportunities when a miss happened. But now we've got two guards in the center, so Jason is looking to come around that guard, get into the forefoot.
That's a 2 and a 0.
Okay.
Ron's a little tight here. And light.
Yeah, this is definitely not getting around both those guards. They'll be lucky to get around the first one.
Now, this is the first time these guys are playing together, correct?
I believe they played a couple practice games together, but
okay.
they do not play in league together.
Okay.
So they've got three guys that normally play Vice. So our joke at the pregame was if they can make a decision, they might be dangerous. So we'll see. All right, it looks like Derek's being asked to bring one around those center guards again. Be the first one in the forefoot. We were noticing that in the game before that, once it got to the hog line, it was diving pretty good on this sheet. So I would suspect they could make it around that guard, and they did.
Is this the third draw of the day, or the second?
This is the second draw of the day.
So the ice should hold up a bit.
Yep. And it's fully buried.
It's a
little
nice
bit
shot.
behind the tee, but it's in real good shape.
That's far.
Once we get everything rolling, we'll be able to show you some virtual stones in the house. But until we are fully manned, we're not going to be able to do that. But we'll give you the best view we can when we go to that house feed. This is Eric Schmidt, who's second for Jason Scott. It's looking to make it looks like some sort of tap on the centermost guard. I'm sorry, they're going to come around a guard. They never swept this at all.
Girl.
And they're crashing. Put 2 in the house. No, 1 in the house, 1 just outside the house.
That's not all bad.
No, they've got an angle now on the shot rock, both directions. And Marchitelli's asking his second, Mark Evans.
Who's wearing the same jersey as he has in his picture.
That's right.
Did you guys ask them to send you pictures?
Yes, we did.
How did you think we got all this information?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And backgrounds?
No. These are all our sponsors. You're trying to read ahead in the sponsors.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't need to do that. All right, so they make a little tick. They are sitting first and second shot now, behind the tee line, but change the angle on that rock. Now Jason's looking to have to freeze onto shot rock. Brian wants me to mention that he's keeping stats, and in your player profiles, you'll be able to see how people are doing during the end. After each end, we'll be able to go to a team stat page, which he's going to show you now.
I'd also like to mention that I have no idea what I'm doing for scoring, so it's going to be totally wrong.
All right, so back to the action here.
So what possessed you guys to go further with this?
We're nerds. But really, we were using this as a tool to kind of help make ourselves a little better. That was a nice draw. Shot rock, it's a little open, but at least a shot, and there's a guard in front of it. Maybe Marchitelli will crash. But at least it's behind the tee, so if they do hit it, Scott will have another chance to freeze to it. It's answering Caitlin's question. We decided to do this pretty much right away once we figured out that we could, and got the internet speed up here at the club. And it's crashing on that front guard. So Jason Scott's sitting 1 in the 4-foot behind the tee line. He's going to look to guard that stone. There's a lot of guards out front. If you can put a solid guard just in front of the 12-foot, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Although this is going to be pretty difficult with the intern that he's calling. I don't know. May overcurl a little bit here, but
he can draw right into the 4-footer.
Yeah, he could. That might be a better shot.
Does he have a hammer?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
But
so that's pretty good because there's lots of reds in there.
Yeah.
Second shot is as good as a guard.
Yeah, and the way that guard on the left is staggered, it's going to make it tough to make the guard he was hoping for here. You might want to hammer this now and just get it in.
You bring it in. Bring it in.
Oh, they left it short. Oh, it leaves that rock still open. And now the guard, maybe at best. Brian's asking us what we think that should have been scored.
I think he's wearing the same outfit too, Mr. Dan Bliss.
All right, so
Pittsburgh, they curl on arena ice. Is that
yeah, they do.
right?
Yeah, Steve was telling me before the game that they only get to curl 1 day a week. So this will be interesting. Jason and Scott Parmalee and Ron, I know they all curl more than one night a week.
Multiple nights, I know.
Yeah.
Jason's my third on Tuesday nights.
Yep, that's right. Okay, and they crash the guard again, so Jason catches a break. And actually, the hole is a lot more narrow now. You make a good guard here, it's going to be tough to get it out. Yeah, right there.